Even though a positive mindset is generally more preferable than a negative one, there's also a dark side to the whole positive culture that we see nowadays. That's why I think it's time to talk about the shadow of toxic positivity. And without being said, let's get into the video.
I'm with you all the way, a nigga here to stay. Don't care what I'm here to say. Can't get over how you made me feel, made me feel.
So guys, I make this video just to voice out my comments about the recent issue on both two of the biggest influential people in social media. So they're both foreigners. So ang pinapag-usapan nila is about toxic positivity, wherein itong isang influencer, he refused to talk about certain things like politics. And I get into his video and I understand his side, but for me, if you have like bigger audience and you're influencer, diba, you can use your voice or your social media platform to shed some light on the most pressing issue that we're having right now. Well, my point is, if you stay quiet on the issue that affected majority of the Filipino, you become part of the problem. So ayun lang yung take ko doon. And that's why today guys, ang pag-uusapan natin is this thing called toxic positivity. Guys, for sure naka-encounter na kayo ng mga taong sobrang optimistic yung pananaw sa buhay. So makikita natin sila na sobra silang masaya, bubbly, shiny. And these people have equipped themselves of this positivity, quote-unquote, mindset to approach life problems. And mapapansin nyo, when you share your problems with them, they will give you some kind of advice na parang sa isang iglap, mawawala na agad yung problema mo. Parang ganun lang kasimple. Like for example, you share yung problem mo sa kanya na about hiniwalayan ka ng partner mo, ng asawa mo. And usually ang maririnig natin sa mga taong ganito is mag-move on ka na kasi, hanap ka na lang ng iba. Diba? Parang it's so easy for them to give advice. Or another one is pag ikaw naman takot ka mag-trust dahil madami nang nanloko sa'yo. And you would hear them from this positivity, quote-unquote, people. Ang sasabihin nila sa'yo is, wag kang ang nega. Masyado ka naman nega eh. And worst of all, when we lost someone sa buhay natin, di ba yung papunta sila dun sa wake, and then, you know, parang sabihin nila is, okay lang yan. Di ba? Parang, don't get me wrong guys, I believe na wala naman masama sa pag-wish sa'yo ng happiness or para makarecover ka, if it is coming from a place of love. On the other side kasi, it's for me is some kind of blissful ignorance. Kasi yung mga ganitong statement na naririnig natin usually from these positive people, parang when you embrace their like statement, diba, yung mga advices nila, parang dinideny mo yung isa sa mga parte ng buhay ng tao, which is, let's say, yung suffering, loneliness. My question is, wala ba tayong makukuha na lesson from this negative emotion, like, or let's say suffering? Gusto ba natin puro sarap buhay na lang yung gusto natin ma-experience? Toxic positivity is yung ayaw na nilang makita yung negative, and it's not that even healthy. Let's say for example, you're living with a toxic family And since na-master mo na on how to stay positive, so ang gagawin mo is ini-ignore mo na lang instead of thinking a solution, di ba, to be independent, or pwede kang umalis sa bahay mo, or pwedeng kausapin mo sila ng maayos. So there's a lot of ways to handle this kind of negativity in the family instead of just ignoring it. Kasi yung iba, di ba, dahil nga sobrang positive nila sa buhay, pag merong problema sa bahay, they don't wanna get involved. Diba? Parang dun lang sila sa bubble of peacefulness and positivity nila. Diba? Parang sinasabi nila, ayaw kong makisali sa kanigahan nyo sa buhay. At some point, okay naman yun. Pero, diba, if you could handle it naman, why not? Pwede naman kausapin, diba? Or be independent. Diba? Find a job and then magsolo ka sa buhay. Kasi yung feeling na like yung sadness, grief, anger, etc., if you forcefully block this emotion, mas lalo tong lalala. Instead of facing them, deal with it naturally. Kaya naman eh. Diba, wag lang yung basta natin iba-block. Diba? Para lang masabi na meron tayong positive mindset, or yung sobrang positive yung tingin natin sa mga bagay-bagay. Hindi kasi natin pwede pwersahin yung sarili natin to be happy. Like they would always say, just think happy thoughts. Diba? Magbasa ka ng mga positive books, or makinig ka ng mga motivational videos, something like that. Diba? Or at tulad ng iba na kakilala natin na sinusurround nila yung sarili nila with people na kumbaga happy vibes only. Diba? Yung sobrang positivity ang pananaw nila sa buhay, yung laging masaya, upbeat. But I'm not saying that you should surround yourself naman with cynical people or yung destructive people, yung mga bad influence. Hindi naman ganun yung ibig kong sabihin. Diba? Kasi when you are aiming for like perfectionist or yung sobrang positive ka na lang, pati yung mga tribe mo is sobrang positivity yung naririnig mo coming from them, is that even being like a perfectionist? So guys, my final takeaway on this is the world is not only surrounded with good vibes. Okay? It is vibes, meaning good and bad vibes. So, yung positivity na yan should be grown naturally. Hindi yan dapat pinupwersa. Okay? It should be grown naturally without any conditioning. Okay? So, if you are rejecting negativity, then you are rejecting 50% of the whole universe and vice versa. Kung yung positivity naman nire-reject mo, di ba? 50% of the universe is nire-reject mo din sa buhay mo. Kasi lahat naman tayo may dark side. Di ba? Even the most positive people you would meet, for sure meron din naman siyang dark side. So for me, we better stop wearing mask of positivity or toxic positivity. Dahil pag pinagpatuloy natin itago yung mga negative emotion na yan, yung sinusurpress natin, so it will become a monster later on. Diba? And mas nakakatakot. It will become a monster when you least expected. So, instead of blocking them, why not understand the situation or emotion, certain emotion? Kasi for sure, malalagpasan naman natin yung mga bagay na yan. And kung aaralin lang natin, kung matututo lang tayo sa bawat lesson, di ba? Lagi naman tayo makaka-cope up. And for those of you guys na mahilig magbigay ng mga advices, just be careful of giving it also. Because for me, a real positive person is someone who can deal with negativity and positivity at the same time. Hindi lang basta positivity. And that being such a human. That what makes us human. So if you guys resonate with our episode for today, I'll be happy to see your comment below, and checking that later on. Likewise, please share, like, and subscribe for me to grow our community and to send vibration for most of you guys. Much love, peace, and namaste.